Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Castle Amber. We are pleased to see you all. We are pleased to be here, and we're going to go around. But first, we're going to start with Ishan, who lost our little no-nos game and now has to give us a recap from last week. Well, you were last, so technically, unless you wanted to. Unless it was a ploy all along.
He's shaping the narrative.
Yes, what happened is the brave Quaximum saved everyone else.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Just like every week. We were very successful, I have to say. Let's see. We foiled a statue trap by singing very well and absolutely on key.
Mm-hmm.
And then we dug an amber out of a premature grave.
Wait, that's an Amber family member, not a
Right.
piece of Amber.
Right. A human being.
Who knows? And in the process, discovered that maybe you can be buried alive and not die of starvation here. So that sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
And then she told us that there might be one or two decent ambers who are not totally awful, but most of them are terrible. And she wrote down all their names and what they like and what they don't like and where they are and how to defeat them and how much gold they drop. So
Correct.
we have that all written down. And then we
all their fears.
Then we went to a library. Right. We went to a library, which turned out was not a very good library, even though it looked like a great library.
Correct.
And we met Snooty Amber. Imagine that.
Charles.
Who asked us to go to the other library and I'm just going to assume murder his brother. Let's just go with that, right? That's what we're going to do. So
that's what it was.
No matter what he asked us to do. We avoided a trap of a lot of water and some scary bees.
Yep.
And then we met some kobolds who didn't avoid our trap of sharp knives held by bugbears.
Yes. That dastardly trap of sharp knives.
Yep. Several of them died terribly. Oh, terribly.
Yeah.
And then we melted their key very wisely.
Right.
And then
Smart.
Decisions were made.
A white dragon wormling imprinted upon Lockjaw, who is now a parent.
Yeah. Apparently a parent. Yes.
Yep. And
I'm
I think
not
he's going to
happy
do a great
about
job
this.
because we are keeping that dragon.
Who is now a management stooge.
And
Right.
now the goal is to take one of the kobolds to the door of the east wing.
Correct.
Where they will create a new key out of ice, and then we will open it and go inside and definitely not die.
That is the goal. Sounds like a good one. All right. Anyone have any questions before we launch in?
No.
All right. I'm going to assume that's a no. All right. Excellent. So then we are heading in. So where are you guys headed next then? You are, you all have your maps, right? From last time still?
Wait, are we going to introduce ourselves?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. That's kind of important, isn't it? Let's start.
I guess I did have a question. I lied.
Yes, we should introduce ourselves. Thank you. Let's start at the top left with Shiv.
Hi, my name is Sally. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on Twitter at Sally T, and I co-host the podcast The Struggle Bus. And I am playing Shiv, a bugbear assassin who is one half of the Razor twins. My identical twin brother and I are Union Muscle.
And you're quite good at it, at least so far, right? Even possibly got a bunch of goblins in the kitchen to sign up, provided you kill every amber in the house. But you know. Yeah.
A little organizing, a little assassination. We like to mix it up.
Absolutely. And then let's jump over to Dirk.
So I am Shane. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at Mundangerous. That's MUN Dangerous. And you can find me on the Total Party Thrill podcast at totalpartythrill.com or iTunes or Google Play, etc. And I am playing Dirk, the other half of the Razor twins, who were recently on the lam after getting in a little too much heat for their Union Muscle business, and took the first job that took them far out of town, which was to raid a mine. And then we ended up here.
The raid was successful. I mean, you guys found way more than you planned on, all out in the open, just ready to pick up.
We have a lot of mithril. proven to be difficult to transport home, though.
Yes, right. The journey back has been quite longer than the journey there. Yeah, absolutely. And let's jump down to Quaximum.
Hey, I'm Ishin, he, him. I'm the other half of Total Party Thrill. You can find me on Twitter at Evil Sans Carne. That's malice minus meat. And I'm playing Quaximum, Lumber Stumper the 33rd, the gnomish artillerist artificer, who is, really the hero of the party, I think.
Sure, yeah.
The glue that sort of binds everyone together. Also a partner to Lockjaw the Reader. We have a notary business that we are looking to expand with all of the plunder from this place.
How did you guys meet up?
In college.
Right, that's right. It was in college, right?
In Waterdeep.
Right, excellent. All right, and then last... sorry, please. go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I like the idea that this is an ensemble, but it's really the story of Quaximum. Like, Game of Thrones is really about Jon Snow.
Yes, yes,
Wait.
exactly.
It is.
I'm in season 1, isn't it? Or season 2, isn't it about Robb Stark?
Yeah, but
Was
I mean,
it?
that's
For a while.
in the past. We're talking about the whole arc.
All right.
I think we can agree that the whole arc of Castle Amber is about Quaximum.
They said I was Ned. Wow, that sounds great. I think he's the main character.
And then we have Lockjaw.
I am Dylan. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Malenfont, and I'm playing Lockjaw the Reader, the Hobgoblin Lawyer 5/Father 1.
Right.
It's not a great build so far, but I mean, I just got a familiar, so I feel like it's going to work out. In the long run.
Yeah, you got a friend. It works out well.
They're
All
called
right.
children.
They're
Although
called
actually,
bosses.
if I ever have kids, I think I will start calling them my familiar.
All right, this is my familiar. I summoned them. They came. All right, so
Just like any deal with the devil, eventually it'll grow too powerful and
have to destroy
break
it.
from the chains I used to bind it.
all right.
Parenthood.
So speaking of which, we are in a room. I believe you killed. There were 11 kobold. I think you reduced that number to 8, if I remember correctly. Dirk is not fond of kobolds, as we have found out, and a couple of them had to go.
I would say that we reduced it not by as much as we should have, but we did reduce it moderately.
Right, fair enough. And the rest of the kobolds seem very interested now in Lockjaw. They have all kind of like gone around him and are basically bowing down to the dragon and seem very focused on you right now. And this little white, well, not very little, it's about the size of like a Great Dane. Like, it's not small, right? And it is very much focused on you and kind of like putting its claws up on you and nuzzling against your face. And like, it's cold. Like, it's not enjoyable in any way whatsoever. As soon as it presses up against you, it's like, oh, it's kind of sweet, but also kind of painful.
Okay, you're gonna stop doing that. No, this is not. Please.
Roll either animal handling or straight charisma.
Charisma, like this is not an animal.
Did you take
It's an
Draconic?
idiot.
It's animal
Not
like
take
right now.
Draconic,
No,
but it
I think
also
you
was
took
just born.
Gnomish instead.
Right, it can't speak. It's like it's born. Why, hello, in dragon.
I feel like dragons are born that way.
It's possible.
actually.
I would think the smarter ones, not the white ones. The white ones are the dumbest out of all of them.
they're the
So
dumb
this is a pretty dumb little thing right now.
I mean, this is a
mean-
pretty dumb party.
It
So
does
It's
think I'm
nice.
its dad.
Fair point.
Right.
once again, I'm concerned that we have just found our boss,
It's possible.
which means we are now working for capital again, which is kind of not labor's whole deal.
Completely. That is a huge problem. What'd you get?
19.
19. Okay, so
Charisma's my thing.
right, looks at you real carefully in the eye, and these glacier blue eyes, that really, really pale blue you get with old ice, looks right at you, and it kind of nods and then drops down and just kind of rolls onto its back with its tail kind of sliding back and forth. That's what it sounds like.
I
Loxy, he wants a pet. He's showing you his belly. Go give him a pet.
don't. I like crouch down and like get in there, start giving it a scratch. So I got
Second
my
you do, claws and
magic
and teeth. Just, now it doesn't hurt you. Like it's startling, but it's only going to hurt you if you pull away, right? Like with a cat. Like as long as you stay there, it doesn't. It's not comfortable, but it doesn't really hurt. It's kind of gnawing on you.
I'm not happy about
Jim's
this.
enjoying the show.
You are the new queen, and they're all kind of bowing. The new queen. Bow, bow.
Quaxon's like, yes, the new queen. This is what we've been looking for.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
very bad about entering
Why?
relationships with power imbalances.
Okay. I was ow. Ow. Down. Sit.
Mm.
No. Heel.
Kind of just sits there.
All right. This is gonna be a problem. Okay. Look.
You hear a rumble, and the thing looks down at its stomach, and then begins to look at one of the kobolds.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
It just pounces, and like the other kobolds, are, oh, but they don't do anything. They let it happen, and this thing just, in a matter of like half a minute, tears apart and consumes a kobold.
Gnarly.
That was actually. I'm kind of impressed on that.
Down to 7.
That was.
Aren't you glad we didn't kill them all?
I mean,
Walking
I could have gotten
food.
rid of my boss too.
Wait, hold on. It just consumed a living kobold? Because there's like.
Yeah, it
Oh,
did.
wow.
It didn't seem at all interested in the corpses.
Yeah, you think
No,
dragons eat dead meat?
I saw it like looking around and I gestured towards the corpse, like, here, just go for it.
Yeah,
And then it
but
jumps
nope.
in the exact opposite direction.
Correct. I'm now pulling out an 8-sided die so I can keep track of how many kobolds are left. I expect that
Ah.
number to plummet.
So if we die, we'll be safe.
Right. It will not eat you. Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Speaking
Yeah.
of, do you have a name?
Lockjaw?
Really? Really? You're going to. No, not you. No, do you have a name for the dragon?
Keep in mind, you had a week to pick a name.
You did.
Yeah. His name is Sergio.
Sergio, the white dragon. All right.
Yeah.
Are you even sure
Fuck you.
if the dragon
Great.
is he or she?
I mean,
You
it
could
did
check.
roll over, so I know what bits it's got, but like, we'll let it
Sergio.
figure out a language and it'll tell me eventually, probably.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so Sergio the dragon. Got you. Excellent.
I'm pretty sure it's just all
Thanks.
cloaca.
All the way
Oh,
down.
God.
It's possible.
Everybody drinks.
All right, so what so you guys are in this room pretty much by yourself except for these, a ton of kobold, a dragon, and a bunch of like kind of nod on chairs. What are you doing?
So when we first got in here, the kobolds were like, keeping the key frozen, and then they're like, "Oh yeah,
Right.
take the key or whatever," and it was obvious that there was something else they were hiding. Are they solely focused on the dragon now, or is there anything else that it seems like they might be hiding?
They seem pretty focused on the dragon and don't seem to be concerned about this room at all.
Sergeant.
Yeah. In fact, they're like grabbing like one might have a staff, one might have like a little pack, and they're just kind of like getting ready to go with their new dragon, all of them.
Great. Quaxon's gonna look all around. Because wasn't there something back here we were supposed to look for?
Hang on, what were you supposed to find in this room? Well, there was the key, which you melted, and then there was the egg, which you hatched. And otherwise than that, it's just like a bunch of refuse.
Perfect. I love refuse.
It's all over because they have not left this room.
Okay. We're
So
going to these,
Quaxon will look
right?
up at Lockjaw and be like, "So, hear me out.
I'm all ears.
Reader, Lumber Stumper, Sergio, and Associates.
Not bad.
Sergio just hatched. We're gonna let them decide what they want to do. That Sergio is at best an associate at the moment. We're not
Okay.
making them a partner
Nice.
right away.
Then do you think we should go visit Jacqueline and see if the two dragons get along?"
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna steal the dragon, and I feel like the dragon's gonna be useful.
Oh, interesting. Just 5 minutes ago, not 1 week ago, you were saying, "I can't wait to get rid of this dragon and take it to Jacqueline," and now she would steal
Well,
it
I
from
was-
you. It seems like this dragon isn't the only thing that's just imprinted.
And then like
Okay,
a
once it
minute
has me
before
scratch
that, and then like 1 minute ago you were like, oh, I'm its parent now. Oh, I'm taking care of this, but maybe it'll be stolen by a person. I mean, come on.
Look, I'm going through a lot of emotions right now. The thing hatched and imprinted on me. It rolled over. It was very cute, if kind of clawy, and we have decisions to make. I wasn't on board for unloading the hatched dragon. I was trying to unload the kobolds because I feel like you don't give them a dragon, they're just gonna be. I mean, they stayed in this room. How long were you in this room?
Forever. Many years. We can't really count, but many years. Also, yeah, don't pick on him. He's gone through a lot. They're all kind of like backing you up. Yeah, boss, it's okay. Don't worry.
Shut up.
Yes.
At what point will so I'm not familiar with dragons. I don't know them too good. At what point will this guy become dangerous to us, Loxy?
Or useful.
I mean, it's already taller than Quacks. I mean,
Well, that's not saying too much, Loxy.
All right. Hey, can you, Sergio?
Hmm.
Do
Oh, and turns and breathes right on another kobold and just turns it to ice, and the thing just and just shatters there. 6 kobolds.
that. I look around at the other kobolds. That was not. That part wasn't intentional.
He was blessed. He was blessed, right? He was blessed. Yay!
God, this is.
I don't think these kobolds are going to want to join Jacqueline.
All other dragons are
All
bad.
right.
What if we bring them with us to open doors and things?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
We
worst case
can help.
scenario, we gotta feed Sergio.
To be chosen as tribute. Yay! All set, boss.
I mean, point is, like, I'm thinking if it can do that already, like, it's already paying off.
All right. Well, as the 6 kobolds are now getting ready to come with you, where do you want to go next?
To the east wing.
Is there anything we needed to check with Charles?
Oh, right.
Charles Amber, which one? That was the one in this library, correct?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I believe the only thing he really wanted you to do was to go into the other library that he was like, I just don't have what you're looking for. And also he wanted to get rid of you because any loud noises or loud, lights bother him. So he just was, kind of trying to pawn you off. But according to him, that's where you'll find any real information this house has to offer.
Right. We should check back with the buried Amber.
Sure. She's in the main chapel, yeah.
Also,
And then we should totally avoid
That
the
is
Amber who
unfair.
leads the hunt.
Right. Seems like a wise thing to do.
No, I mean, like, I feel like we should kill that Amber, but
I mean,
Yeah, I
eventually.
mean, now that we have Sergio.
Right. Just take him out.
What
yeah.
if the hunter tries to kill Sergio?
I mean, I was gonna crush his head anyway, but
Fair enough. All right. So you want to head back into the main chapel?
yeah.
Okay. You head back into the main chapel, and she is not there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it checks out.
Cracksman will look in the hole we dug her out of.
Yeah, empty. Completely empty. A couple notes. If you fish one out, it's just her like, I will get my revenge over and over again, and that's it.
Any way of seeing where she went? Any?
Roll. How would you track someone in this game?
Survival.
Survival. Yeah, roll me a survival.
All right.
How would you do it? Or how would we do it?
Right, exactly. How would the
That
numbers
is-
do it?
God, it's hard to tell with D&D this dice roller where they land.
It is. You have to wait for the total. Yeah.
Yeah, it just told me 10.
Okay. So you see a couple dirty footprints that just kind of like vaguely wander around in circles, but you can't really tell which way they went.
Well, she wandered off, but I don't know where she went to.
Well, there are two
She-
possibilities. She's some sort of wizard, in which case this whole thing is gonna hit the fan, or she's just some girl who was trapped in a basement for who knows how long, and she's wandering off to get revenge. In which case, she'll be beheaded shortly.
I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times.
There's a couple other options, though.
100 times you've seen women wander out of early graves. Jesus.
You unbury someone. They were buried alive. They wander off. These things happen.
Sure.
It's also possible she's doing some of our work for us. If she actually gets her
True.
revenge, then
She was pretty pissed at her brother.
way.
Pretty angry. Yep.
do we know which brother it was?
Yeah, it was the brother in the library here.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
The one that Charles also hates, or no, Charles
No,
is.
Chuck is the one in the library.
Charles is the one in the library.
Charles
Correct.
is-
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Because he buried her.
Correct.
Or gave her last rites or whatever.
Yep.
Right, that's right. Charles in charge and so on.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So she was pretty mad at him. So it's possible she's gone for revenge.
Okay.
Do we want to check on that and like?
Nope.
I'm just thinking like at this
Nope.
point, if she wanted off to kill the guy, hear me out, Dirk. If they fought and she had any semblance of a chance, we just finish him.
Nope. Let's
All
just
right,
keep
fine.
moving.
All right.
They do seem like
All
they
right,
deserve each
fine.
other.
So do you want to head south then, back to the green room, back to the giant indoor forest? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the way to the locked door, right?
Exactly. All
We're
right.
heading now towards east.
Excellent. So then you come back into the forest, and it is still very lovely. It's nighttime now. The large glass dome above you is showing many stars and a full moon, and it's all rather quite lovely. As you step into the forest, you hear this blast of a horn, and the ground to the west begins to rumble and crack open as the hunt emerges. There is
Okay,
a
good news, we're not going
man
that way.
on a huge stag carrying a spear, and to either side of him 4 more emerge, 2 Rakshasa riding saber-toothed tigers and 2 werewolves riding giant wolves.
This was not the plan.
They all howl and yell, and you can just hear whoever is at the top. I believe you were told it was Andrew Amber, correct? Did you get his name? Someone told you. That's fine. Andrew Amber.
We have it written down.
Yes, you're right. Good, because you were told where all of them are. This is Andrew Amber, right? So he's got his like giant like elk's horn, right? And he puts it down for a moment, and he kind of sniffs the air, and he's like, "A new creature is here to be hunted." And they turn and they begin to like ride down this broken hill and kind of ride towards where you all are.
Lean down to Quacks. That's probably you.
Or the dragon.
Yeah, we're gonna sacrifice this dragon right now. The rest of us are gonna move away from here real stealthy like.
Well,
The only viable explanation for why there's a new creature here.
the dragon is pretty attached to Lockjaw. It's gonna be hard to separate those two.
Let's ghost on him too. I don't care.
Yeah, Shiv is already backing into the shadows.
Of course,
We're
excellent.
gonna do a fade from this place so fast. We gotta go.
Just guys, why are we worrying about leaving something behind? We go to the door. The kobold makes the key. We go through the door. None of this is a problem.
You better run.
You better
Yeah,
start giving it the old heel and toe then.
Yeah,
The dragon
let's
has
fucking go
wings,
then.
right?
The dragon does have wings, can't really fly yet. Like can get
Okay.
like a chicken can get a couple feet off the ground, then falls back down. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also like a chicken. Great ride.
Does it,
Wow.
Emergency situation.
What's his land speed like?
Land
How's Sergio
speed
doing?
moves at 30, so can keep up with the rest of you.
Okay.
Yeah, and is quite happy just to run alongside Lockjaw and snap at anything in his hands. Just we'll try and bite and grab anything he pulls out.
Okay.
All right, then you will start running, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As we set up, we have 1 kobold with us.
You have all the kobolds with you, so you currently have 6. They all came with you, unless you told them stay, and then they would
Let's
still try and come with
Let's
you.
definitely take them.
Okay.
And they
We
they
need
should
at least
form a
one.
flank.
Yeah, they're not running as fast, so they're falling a little behind.
This is fine. I stab one of them through the heart
Oh my god.
with my dirk.
Yes.
5.
5. Okay. Yep.
I think.
Falls dead in the middle of the path.
Oh, actually, that was unnecessary. Oh well, I'm not taking that back. So I thought Pass Without Trace was limited to 10 creatures.
Oh my
So I needed to
god.
get down to 10. But it turns out I could have done 11.
Okay.
And I apologize for nothing.
Okay. Okay. So one is dead lying in the middle of the road. The other ones give it a glance back and do some kind of complicated finger thing as if they're like saying a prayer, and then all continue to run just behind the rest of you. As you run down this path to the east, in the forest on either side, these glowing eyes turn to watch you. The same eyes that were above the chairs in the boxing room in the beginning of this adventure. And you're just kind of being watched by these eyes. And you run down and you run down. You get to about here, and there are flowers everywhere, spilling over the road on either side, vines and flowers and bushes, and just this explosion of flora as you run through. And I need everyone to make me a dexterity save.
21.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
21.
Nice. 18?
24.
24. Okay. All right. You all very deftly dodge around this grass that reaches out and tries to grasp at your ankles. The little guy does all right too. He's able to like bite through some of it and keep running. Kobold's not so great. Oh dear.
You only need one.
Oh,
They might be a
there's
little
a 20.
distraught.
Okay. One, the most loyal, the most, and a little bit faster than the others, manages to get through as the rest of them are just grabbed by grass, bitten by just torn to shreds by this flora, behind you in a flood of blood and pollen. And you just keep running, I assume, right?
Not that Dirk has a conscience,
Right.
but if he did, it would be assuaged.
So,
going to
there's
pick
just
that
one
one.
kobold left, right?
There's one kobold left.
Okay. So Quaximum, like still running, comes up next to the kobold and says, we need you with us," and then just picks up the kobold and like raises him over his head and then just keeps running
Right.
at the same speed.
Wait,
because-
how big and strong are you? Because the kobold's your size.
Not very big and strong. I believe I'm encumbered by carrying this kobold, but due
okay.
to my boots of striding and springing,
Oh, right.
my speed is never reduced
Right.
by having a heavy load.
Right.
So they're just the springs are just popping out on every step now, boosting me forward.
All right, excellent. I
I
love
like
it.
this image of the two of you running, like him running on your shoulders, and then Dirk just kind of is like running along and just picks you up and puts you on his shoulders. And now we're like a full on
Just
three teenagers or three children in a trench
We
coat.
just need it. Yeah, right.
Leaning back and forth,
Exactly.
desperately trying to keep balance.
I would like to buy some alcohol.
All right, you guys keep running, and eventually you get to the door. And in front of you, the garden path ends in a 10-foot wide door in the eastern wall. 3 massive stones form an archway over the path. In front of the door, 3 massive stones form an archway over the path in front of the door. It appears as if the only way to the door is to pass beneath the arch. A steady patter of blood drips from the underside of it, and it looks as if it'll be difficult to pass through unsplattered.
So does the mechanism seem like the top stone smashes people?
No, they seem pretty set. So it's an archway, so it's at an angle. It'd be impossible for it to come out and come down. It would all collapse if the top one was removed. And you guys can hear hoof beats and paw beats and behind you.
Not that I
There's
have a
blood-
conscience,
sorry.
but now I feel a little bad about that kobold that I killed.
And there's blood dripping from the doorway.
Correct. Like from this stone arch in front of the doorway.
Okay. So Shiv's going to take out his Justin.
Okay, excellent. What?
And Justin, my friend, I need you to tell
friends now,
me,
are we?
best friends.
Oh.
Tell me what this feels like. And I'm going to just put Justin like in the doorway so the blood drips on him.
Oh, well, I feel more skilled. Not that I could get much better, but I do feel a little better.
Right. More skilled. Okay, so you don't feel hurt, you don't feel weak,
No.
you don't feel
Feel
burning.
pretty good, but I don't really feel anything as a sword. It's weird. Like, you don't really feel things. I do feel a little dull at times, right? But ever since you picked me up, I feel extra sharp. But I just feel a little like I could sink a little deeper, cut a little more, hurt a little more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, in the middle of a sentence, quickly resheath.
So I just.
And I'm talking to him in my head, right? They don't know. What
No,
this
you have to
conversation
talk
is.
out loud for Justin
Oh,
to
but
hear you.
but
So they're
Justin's
only
in
hearing
my
your
head.
part of the conversation. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Could be that this blood isn't so bad for us, fellas. Justin seems to think it would make him better at.
And they're
Whether
coming.
The sword
Hey,
thinks it's
you-
okay.
Yeah, he's a sword bro.
Reach
Fair.
up to Kobold,
Fair.
pull Kobold down, go, door.
I
No,
got it, boss. Runs in, gets
wait,
splattered with blood, and like stumbles for a moment, like I'm kidding, it's fine, and then runs up to the door and starts to build a key. As he's doing that, you can hear people about to come around the corner.
Dirk is gonna dip into the shadows
Excellent.
and make a quick sign to Shiv to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So you both dip into the shadows.
Yeah.
What are you and Lockjaw doing, Quaxmum?
Do we see them yet?
They'll be on top of you after this action.
Okay. Quaximum leaps into a tree.
Okay.
And also hides.
All right. Lockjaw?
Just backing up towards the door. Maul materializes in the hands and just go faster now.
I'm on a bus, and is forming the key as basically you're just the only one standing there. You, the kobold, and the dragon are the only ones standing there as this party, arrives, and the Amber walks in very, very. What was his name again? Andrew Amber.
You said Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, Andrew Amber rides in on his giant stag. He kind of waves behind for the other ones to kind of form up behind him, and he steps forward, towering over you, 14 feet in the air as he looks down. This is the creature we would call to hunt this infant. What is your name?
The infant or
Looking at you, Lockjaw, sorry.
sorry. Lockjaw the Reader, Esquire.
Are you its keeper?
I wasn't really hoping for it, but it really seems that way.
This
Just hatched like 6-7 minutes ago.
will not do. And he pulls from his bag a single orange, and he tosses it to, what did you name him again? Sergio?
Sergio.
Right. And Sergio's like, and just kind of eats it, and then like his eyes kind of across, and he falls to the ground and begins to convulse. But he begins to grow a little bit too. And he's like, okay, come back in a day. And he turns and they leave. Got it, boss. Click.
Grab Sergio by kind of like the scruff of his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda
He's a bit heavier now. He's a good 50 pounds heavier.
Gauntlets of ogre strength.
Right.
Fucker.
Right. Not a problem.
Come on.
And he kind of headbutts you, and he nods, and if you wish, the door is open.
Yeah.
All right.
Through the door.
Pull
Through the door,
that-
folks.
Let me pull that map open.
Are we the first high-strength party in D&D history?
Right? I think so. I think you really are.
Did none of us dump strength? What's wrong with us?
Oh, I dumped strength. I just got some gloves.
Well, you fixed it. That's fine.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, you all ended up being pretty beefy. I think for
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this map open. Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. I have two separate maps because I didn't want to show you the numbers. I don't know why. I don't know why it matters, but I didn't want to show you the numbers. So
Right,
I
now we
made
can
a
just
whole
be like,
different
oh,
map.
blue.
Right.
Yeah, ease of reference. That
I know. I would have been much easier, but I'm an ass. I know. All
It
right.
would have broken my immersion.
Right. See, that's what I was worried about because Sally's the only real player. All right.
I'm not
Please
even
call me
looking
Shiv.
at the maps. I'm just
Shiv, I'm
trying
so sorry. While you're on set, call you Shiv, of
Exactly.
course. All right. The walls of this room are covered. It's a gigantic room. It's the largest room you all have stepped into by far. There's windows on both sides, so clearly it takes up the entirety of this area of the wing. Wait, is that a lie? That is a lie. There's windows all along the north, but there's a couple of rooms there's at least one door to the south, so it feels larger than anything you've been in yet. The walls of this room are covered with mosaics depicting courtly scenes. The floor is polished marble. 2 thrones sit atop a raised platform. At the east end of the room, a red velvet carpet runs from the double doors to the thrones. A skeletal figure sits on each throne. The skeletons are dressed in rotting velvet. all amber colored naturally. One skeleton holds a jeweled mace. 20 more skeletons stand on guard, 10 along each of the north and south walls. The skeletons wear rusted armor and carry halberds with rusted blades. Another dozen skeletons wearing decayed court dress stand in front of the thrones. They all are locked in place. There's one person in front of the throne doing a deep bow and is locked in that position. Everyone seems to just have been transformed, like they were there, and whatever cataclysm happened to this house appears to have blasted them all into permanent skeletons.
It's just backing in, like, still like maul in hand, like pulling the dragon back just through the door, turn around. Fuck.
You all get in, slam the door, and now you're just in this giant throne room.
At least we don't need to kill these ambers.
Okay. Detect magic.
Okay, so
Is any of this stinking necromancy?
there's residual magic anywhere. None is necromancy. Let me just check one thing real quick to make sure. Yes, I'm sorry.
Necromancy?
So there is, the general magic from this house everywhere, and then you do pick up necromantic magic, and for a moment you think it's coming from the skeleton on the throne furthest to the north, and the moment later you realize it's not coming from the skeleton, it's coming from the throne itself.
Okay, I'm getting some bad juju on the chair, but it seems like the skeletons are just skeletons. So
You are queen for a day. Perhaps you should have a seat.
I just told you it was necromancy. I'm not gonna sit on the chair.
Sergio runs up, hears that, runs up and grabs the foot of the skeleton on the chair and just and drags it off and tosses it like into the middle where the bones just scatter everywhere. Then looks at you like, yeah, see, did it.
Please police your pet.
You have grandly misinterpreted my intentions here, but I
All right.
appreciate the enthusiasm.
Ears go down.
Police your brood, your kit, your cub.
It's a wormling. The word is wormling. Christ, didn't
Look,
you?
Lukta, you hear a voice.
Yep.
Welcome to my throne room.
Anybody else? Ambient.
No.
Oh,
Sergio and the kobold just shake their heads.
hello.
Why, hello. It's been so long since we've had guests.
I'm just gonna check in. Is there any reason why I can hear you and it seems like they can't?
You're the only one that matters.
I agree with that. Well, Quacks is pretty great. I like Quacks.
Is he speaking out loud?
Yes.
Quaxum definitely nods. It's true.
What? All right.
Reader and associate. It's a silly name for a shop.
Yeah, we needed a lumber stumper, otherwise it wouldn't work. Wait, Quack, can you hear this?
Oh, not at all. No.
Okay.
I can help you.
All right. So who are you? Disembodied voice in my head.
I am Princess Catherine. This is my
Am.
domain.
Catherine Amber. Yeah.
Correct.
Did Sergio just throw you off a throne, or are you hanging out somewhere else and you just happen to be psychically connecting to my brain space?
All that remains of me and my vast lineage is contained right here. And as she says that, you hear a click and something kind of fall open. On the back of the throne, there's a little, like a little box that's kind of opened and kind of like leaned out. So it's like just like a trapdoor open, a whole box like on a mechanism leaned out and then opened up, and you see a crown and a necklace and just this set of jewels that is one of the nicest things you've ever seen. Take these. Take my throne. I can help you.
Look, Catherine. Absolutely fucking not. Your throne reeks of necromancy, and you just tried to give me. I have trusted nothing that has happened since we walked in here, but I've walked face first into problems because there was no way around it. There are lots of ways around putting on a crown. disembodied voice, I can't see your face scrunching up, but I'm really getting some intent from your general ambience.
How dare you refuse me? And I need you to make a wisdom save, DC 15.
21.
21. You feel a compulsion for a moment, and you feel her clawing at the inside of your head, and you want to put the crown on, but you shake it off.
I vaguely trance-like walk towards the throne. And where the thing came down, I assume there's like a recess in there where the throne is thinner.
Absolutely.
And I'm more or less just like almost in a stabbing motion, just gonna try to put the head of the maul through the throne.
All right. You were able to with your gauntlets of ogre strength, you're able to bash that thing to pieces, and the whole time she's screaming in your head as if you were beating her to death. And then with like one more blow, you just crack the top of the throne off in half, and it clatters to the ground, and every skeleton collapses into dust in that one moment.
The entire time I am screaming out like, no, this is enough. You are not getting in my fucking head. I've had to make enough deals to get this far. I'm getting out of the only one I have to deal with. I don't even know what we're doing with Sergio, but I am not touching your fucking crown. You can rot in whatever goddamn circle of hell you fuckers go to when you die.
Sergio's very excited by this. He's kind of jumping all around you, really excited. You know, if like a piece of the throne breaks off, he runs and grabs it and like, arr, arr.
Just kind of standing in front of the rubble, giant mallet, just. Hey, Dirk, you want a crown?
Handled.
Hey, Shiv, do you feel like this one's cracking up a little bit?
Yeah, I was actually just about to tell Quaximum he might want to get his boy. He looks like he's cracking up, and Shiv is gonna
Get your boy.
take out Justin. No, not Justin. A dagger. Just like halfway unsheath it, just to get ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a moment's notice. Mm-hmm. All right, and the whole room kind of grows silent.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard what you said about that crown. I'm not putting that on my head. I'm not a fucking
I'm
idiot.
not saying put it on. I'm saying like, it's a crown. It's definitely evil. Like everything in this room is probably shit. I mean, most of it's broken. That was kind of convenient, actually. I didn't see that coming. But
Greg is like, did you say Catherine?
yeah, Catherine Amber had a disembodied voice try to get into my head. Apparently, I'm the only one that could hear it.
So Quack is gonna take out the history of the Amber family book.
Sure, absolutely.
Just rifle through it and see what information might be relevant about Princess Catherine. If I remember, she was the one in charge here when the whole curse thing happened.
Correct,
She
exactly.
was incredibly evil, right?
Yes, very evil, very insane, ruled with an iron fist, punished half of her family at some point or another. Apparently, she was the target of this entire thing. And when the curse did go off, it did blast her into oblivion along with the rest of them. Whoever wrote this book considered her dead.
Lexi, you okay in there?
I mean, I'm doing all right. I feel great.
All right.
No, they tried to do some sort of compulsion thing, and I will admit that I did not handle it as well as I could have. I'm sorry about that, but also skeletons broke, so I assume I did something.
X-Men points at his eyes, like he often does when he's talking to Lockjaw, and then points at the throne. And it's just how is the juju of the now broken throne?
We get necromancy off of I assume it was actually the crown and nonsense, not the throne.
Yeah, and as you think about it, as you think about the magics, you've heard this magic, you've never experienced it, but the term magic jar, the ability to transfer your consciousness into an inanimate object, is more than likely what happened here.
And I basically just relay that. Chances are, if any of us puts on that crown, our evil princess is in there somewhere, and she'll steal your brain. She tried to steal my brain.
And that crown is sitting dented on the floor, and it is still radiating powerful magic.
Yeah, it's not It's not sufficiently broken. I honestly, magic shit like this, I'm not sure if we can break it.
I'll keep an eye on it for us. And I put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
That won't be used offensively ever.
Are you taking any specific care when you put it into the bag of holding?
Yeah. I mean, I won't touch it.
You won't touch it. That's what I want to know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wearing gloves,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah. Even
'cause,
with
I know how to
that, you
stab
can
with a
hear
clean
the
hand.
scream. It's like half scream, half cackling. Like the just insane laughter and the most pained scream you've ever heard seemingly coming out of a single mouth.
If there's any like visual indication that he got that when he picked it up, I'm just gonna make eye contact and give him that standard like facial expression of
Yeah, sounds like my mother. Taught me everything I know.
Oh, wow.
Buxton sort of tugs at his sideburn for a second and is like, what if we put her in the kobold?
Thank you for that sub. What if you put her in the kobold? Is that what you suggested?
Why would we make the kobold into an evil demon queen?
That sounds great to
Because
me.
they kill kobolds.
No.
I'd be so helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Go on. Put it on me. I can wear it. I can pull it off.
No.
Okay, boss. No, my boss says no.
I'm wrapping this thing in like a cloak.
Yes.
That like an extra traveling cloak.
Right.
And kind of
well-
burying it in the bag of holding.
Just consider though, at some point, if we do need to kill all of the ambers, in order to kill her, we may need to put her into a body that we can kill.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that's like we just kill the kobold, she'd still fucking be in the crown probably.
Unsure.
No, yeah, I didn't pay a huge amount of attention during my general enchantment courses.
We have to find all the Horcruxes.
Either way, I don't plan on coming back to this room, so I'm gonna bring it with us.
All right. Excellent. Speaking of which, where do you plan to go next? There is a large double door straight to the east that the carpet runs right to, or there is a smaller door in kind of the southwest corner.
Small corner door. Investigate the least important thing first.
Right hand rule.
Right hand rule.
Right hand rule.
Well, right hand rule would be the main double doors, wouldn't it?
No, it came in from the west side, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Works for me. So you walk up to this door. As soon as you like touch it, it creaks open, so it's not locked.
Open it the rest of the
Yeah, push it open with my dirk.
Okay. So you just creak it open, and as you do, candles light inside and glow with a blue flame. The walls and ceiling of this room are painted blue. The floor is covered in a jewel, in like a, what's a blue jewel? Not emerald. Sapphire, thank you. It's covered in
Blue topaz.
in a sapphire-colored carpet. The incense of cedar and saffron fill the room. The room contains miscellaneous furniture, all very nice, all dyed blue. Otherwise, the room appears to be empty, except for a single door that heads to the east.
Cedar and saffron. This reminds me of the salmon thing you did on that camping trip, Quacks. Remember second year?
It was lovely, was it not?
That was really nice.
It was. We tried it again that one time, and you charred it a bit, but that's to be expected.
I mean, look, you've got the experience on me on this one. So we're just kind of wandering through the room.
Right.
Quaxman is going to like keep this saffron and is it did you say cedar
Saffron and cedar, correct.
scent
Mhm.
combination together?
It's quite
perhaps for
nice.
future use.
Yeah, quite nice. There's a single door to the east, and then the door you came through to the north.
Was there anything else in this room? Like,
There's
no
lots of many
physical-
nice things. The candelabras are beautiful. There's some silver trays laid out. So there's a lot of nice things, but nothing really catches your eye.
Anything feeling magical to you, Lockjaw?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we got some minor
Mhm.
enchantment, just getting that stink going.
You got
but
that whole background magical radiation, but otherwise than
Well,
that,
yeah.
nothing.
just whatever. Oh, that's the other thing is like, does it seem like they're conjuring that smell of saffron and cedar? Or is that
Also
more an
magical,
incense deal?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the candles are as as well. As you examine them, they're not burning down. They're just staying exactly where they were.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just pointing around the room. Continual flame, continual flame, continual flame. Just the ambient smell is like, I don't know, I'd probably do it with a prestidigitation if I was doing it, but like I know there are guys who do this professionally and they got some crazy tricks they pull just to get that right, like to make sure it doesn't like waver, and like sometimes you can get like, I don't know.
Shiv has already tuned out upon hearing that there was no major magic in the room and has walked towards the door to the east and is gonna check it for traps.
Okay. As you're examining it, it's very cold.
Got a cold door over here, boys. Very cold door.
Perhaps Sergio should open it.
Low likelihood of fire on the other side.
Hey, Sergio, you got to get us out of here.
Oh.
So,
Huh? And
door.
looks over to the door and just boof, just hits both hands, but it's locked, right? And then bumps up against it and then beats its little wings and then runs back to you and just kind of sulks.
Okay, come on. You're gonna get smarter than that. Like, just it's locked. Okay, can't brute force everything. Shiv, you want to pick the thing?
I do indeed.
Excellent.
Okay, just watch what she does. You can probably figure it out eventually.
Okay.
Or he does. Sorry.
Shiv, you've got now a dragon like 2 inches from your face as you're unlocking this. Really,
Not that
really
close.
backs off a bit.
Okay, I was gonna say Shiv is not into it and is probably gonna break out into like you see like his nice fur starting to get kind of matted with sweat until Sergio like backs away and keeps a safe distance.
Excellent. Yeah, and it's like a cold sweat because it's just emanating off this thing is freezing, right? So you get the it's not comfortable. But this isn't
like that.
Yeah, this is not a complicated lock. It's very easy for you to just like pop open.
Okay.
And as you do a door, the door kind of like creaks open, and inside is another room. The walls and ceiling of this room are painted green. An emerald-colored carpet covers the floor. The room is empty of furniture. I'm sorry, I'm reading the exactly wrong room. Nope, it's not. A snow-white carpet covers the room. The walls and ceiling are ivory colored. You can smell the incense of jasmine and ginseng flood the whole room. The white colored furniture in the room is covered with a layer of frost, and the temperature is freezing. The second the door opens, you can just see your breath. It just hits you right in the face. In the corner of the room is a giant white 6-legged lizard that is kind of seated with all its little hands folded in front of it, staring at you on a giant pile of snow. Just past it is a door heading further to the east.
It's looking at us.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's looking at Shiv.
I'd like to like shimmy into the background so that it looks at any creature besides me.
Well, you're the only one in the doorway, so if you step out of the doorway, like no one can really, like you have to kind of like, get in there to see it. So if
I'm gonna back up into the room, and let Sergio and Loxy go ahead of me.
Sergio bounds into the room, and immediately there's a hiss and a growl, and the two of them begin to fight. They just are rolling on the floor, going at each other. Does
By the
anyone
way,
else
there's
want
a lizard or something in there.
You can hear it. You can hear furniture crashing and wings beating, and they're just tearing each other apart. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm going to walk into the room and cast Scorching Ray.
All right, roll initiative.
Hey, Quacks, I got 2-1 on the lizard.
I get in on that action, Dirksy.
Gonna take some bets? Excellent.
Anybody beat a 20?
The kobold pulls out a tiny pouch and drops 20 silver on the boss, and then runs in with a little dagger and goes to fight alongside. You rolled a 20. Go ahead first then.
No, I was asking like just for initiative purposes. Like,
Oh, gotcha. 20.
This fight.
The frost salamander rolled a 2. And I'm gonna have Sergio go on your turn. So
all right,
you and Sergio go first.
Yeah, I
Can I
rolled
grab
a
that-
14. So
Can I grab that kobold by like the scruff
Sure.
and hold him back?
Sure, exactly. He's like, "Rawr," and he's like, but he's not going to fight you because you're friends
You
with the
can't.
boss.
Hey, you can't influence the betting, or you can't influence the fight if you bet. That's called fixing the fight.
Oh, right, rolls. Okay,
Gotta
rolls.
be honest.
Gotcha, boss friend. All right, and just sits there nervously with his little hands across. All right.
okay, so 4 rays for Scorching Ray. So that's going to be a 15 and a 16, a 25 and a 13.
Oh, it's very unhappy. As these, how does this work? Just
So Scorching Ray is just straight up you fire
mhm.
and bolts of fire.
Oh, sure, but
So
like
it's
just kind of
2d6 would be.
describe
Oh.
what you do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it's just walk in and it almost looks like a magic missile, except it's just conjuring fire in the center of the hand, and then when you kind of throw it forward, it goes forward for like a foot and then just splits apart. Normally it lands off in different directions, but this just goes into one of those like out and in.
Yeah. So
Just
2 strike
slams
it
in over and
in
over
the
again.
chest. 1 burns off one of its legs. Another one kind of hits it in the neck, and it looks like it did more damage than you would have expected this kind of thing to do. Like, it really does not like fire, and its eyes lock on you even as this dragon is completely in its face. In fact, go ahead and roll for Sergio for a bite attack.
Hold on just a second. So that's going to be 8d6. The record, that's going to be a total of 29 damage before the whole vulnerability thing kicks in.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. Okay.
And then Sergio, a 6 plus whatever
Okay.
dragons get.
So Sergio's trying, but this
Yeah, he's doing his best.
thing is larger than it is and is very focused on you. So Sergio's trying to bite for its neck, can't quite get there. It turns its head towards you, opens its mouth.
Oh, wait, what is
sorry.
it? It goes on a 2.
It goes under 2, correct?
Quaximum goes on a 16.
Oh, you're actually in. I'm sorry. Please, go right ahead.
Well,
I thought you were all
not
just
really.
watching.
Realize I
He's
had
not in there.
backup.
Right.
But as everyone's going at it,
Souls.
he'll just sort of like scratch Pickle Widget on his shoulder.
Which describe to anyone new who Pickle Widget
yes.
is.
Perched on his shoulder, Quaximum has a small like metal ball of like interlocking metal leaves. When he scratches it and pours a little magical energy into it, it sort of unfurls into a tiny metal bunny, which begins making a purring sound.
Disturbing.
Slightly disturbing purring sound. It also eats ball bearings.
Also disturbing, yes.
Sergio, the kobold, Lockjaw, Quaximum, and the bugbears all get 9 temporary HP.
Good timing. Really good timing. Because this thing opens its mouth, a blue light seems to appear in its throat, and a blast of cold, a cone explodes out of it, focused on Lockjaw, which I need you to make a DC 17 Constitution save.
Well, this would be a little bit easier if someone had thought with my con score. Never mind, it's a 17.
Oh, you just managed to get out of the way as this blast of cold air rips past you, explodes into the room, and you all just kind of like take a step back as it just fills everything with a fog. It instantly turns into like a fog of frost and lowers everyone's visibility in the other room. And now we're back up to you, Lockjaw. You guys still taking bets? Round 2 of bets if you want to take bets.
Well, I'm trying to adjudicate now. I got to quickly adjudicate now that we've influenced the fight with the Pickle Widget.
Right.
I
Right,
feel
fair.
like bets are off the table now.
But I didn't bet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
still
you
fair.
were the mark.
Still a
Good
fair
choice.
bet. Yeah. All right,
Log, you're on for 20 silver.
All right, so Lockjaw, what are you doing?
I'm gonna charge in and just beat the hell out of this fucker with a hammer.
All right, roll a hit.
Okay, so that is going to be what's my to hit? It's gonna be a 16 plus some nonsense, and then the other one is gonna be a
You got 'em.
number that has values. 16.
Okay, yep, you hit.
16 after modifiers.
All right.
Cool. So that's going to be First hit is 13 damage.
Nice.
Second hit is 11.
Wow. Okay, so describe what you do.
So the first one is just like, I assume this thing is kind of looming towards me. Like it was.
Oh, it's
forward.
focused on you. It was like pushing past Sergio to get to you.
So it was like shooting at it, raised out of its mouth. So it's just hammer overhand, just crack behind the head, like between the shoulders.
Nice.
So it slams down. And then the second one's almost a golf swing, just batting it off to the side.
All right. It's pretty busted up. Its mandibles all fractured and bleeding. It still seems obsessed with trying to take you apart, but it's pretty beaten down. Roll for Sergio.
That is an 8 plus dragon stats.
Okay, so Sergio is like up on its back and like trying to gnaw at its back, but can't quite get through its armor as it's lumbering towards you. And it's
All right, you're gonna figure this out.
and it's gonna try unless anyone else wants to take action.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Quaxman will take a turn.
Excellent. So you now it's kind of like near the doorway. He's been pushed back at this point, so Locke is in the middle of the doorway.
So pick a widget, purrs again,
Nice.
and everyone gets now has 12. Your temp HP gets reset to 12,
Nice.
and then it'll point his walking stick at the frost salamander, and a bolt of fire will shoot out of it,
Fantastic.
which is 25 AC,
That's gonna hit. Yep.
and it does 27 fire damage.
Okay. So this thing is like now kind of like almost on its back, like it like how a pill bug kind of rolls up, right? And so it's like a little armored circle. So it's just formed this little armored circle. It's clearly still alive, but it's retreated into itself. And it doesn't take any other action this round.
Okay. I'm gonna basically just poke it a couple times with a hammer and go like, all right, you done?
And it,
Are you sentient or do you talk?
Yeah,
I can't tell with anything here. There was a crown in the other room.
its body ripples, but the only kind of movement it makes is to like unfold a little bit to dig further into the snow, but otherwise it doesn't do anything else.
Hammer over the head.
All right, it's. I mean, you get an advantage to hit, so go ahead. I'm gonna say it's a critical strike automatically.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 15 plus some stuff. Second one's a 15 plus some stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Roll your damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this one digital.
It's not really gonna matter,
It's
but
gonna be 8d6
Jesus Christ.
plus 8. Strength twice.
Right. Mm-hmm.
42 damage. So.
I mean, the first hit, it unfolds and roars, and the second hit just cracks its skull, and it just collapses to the ground, shakes for a bit, and then just begins to bleed out this, it looks like coolant. Its blood looks exactly like a coolant, and it just bleeds out into the room.
Hey, Sergio. Don't charge in ahead of people. You couldn't have fought that thing on your own.
That was fine. It thinks.
I know. That's why I offered it 2-to-1 odds.
I know you were fighting, but like, did you get through that thing's hide? Okay, that would have gone bad had we not intervened. Don't do dumb shit.
Sergio looks very, very sad and kind of walks over to you and just kind of puts a head against your side.
No, you tried. It was impressive. Like, just don't do dumb shit on your own. Let everybody else show up before you do dumb shit.
It's kind of looking.
That's why we hired those two. The thing's dead. Dick.
You two done playing catch or what? Because we got to keep moving here.
Yep.
I'm gonna just grab the thing, like by whatever was next to the ruins of its head, and just slide it into the next room. So like, yeah, it's fucking dead.
Well, there is a door to the next room behind it. It was kind of piled up with this big mound of snow, and if you can, like, it's kind of half covering the door.
We burn it.
All right, it melts clearly away. As you're melting the snow away, the mound that it was sitting on top of, as it begins to melt, you catch there's a glint of stone in there. And as you if you melt a little bit further, you find a pile of 6 diamonds.
Would you say those diamonds Nope. Would you say those diamonds are worth at least 100 gold pieces each?
I would say they're definitely worth more than that. In fact, just a cursory glance is that they are large and beautifully cut, probably worth about 8,000 gold.
Well, I'll split these later, but for now, I'm going to hold on to these as an insurance policy.
And the whole kind of digital pink screen appears, and it adds up your total 8,000 gold.
Sorry. You'll split these from the other room.
Do you want to revivify? Then we need diamonds.
You know
Or
what?
I could just leave you dead if an accident happens.
And accidents
I
do
have-
happen in a place like this, Laxi.
Seems to
Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if you just left me dead at this point.
be. I won't leave you dead, boss. I'll make sure you're okay.
I like the dragon. The dragon seems useful. You made your key, and the fact that you're still alive is surprising to me.
Well, I know everything about a white dragon. I can help. And there'll be stages in its development that are tricky, and I think you will need me.
Okay, do you know anything about the magic orange that got through at it?
Well, it grew rather quickly, so I would assume it has moved from a wormling, not quite to young adult stage, just a little small, but it's growing. Look, it's even bigger now. And lift up its paw as if it's supposed to tell you something, and then drops the paw again. Look, see the little toe beans aren't pink anymore. That is the first suggestion you get that it's moving towards its adult stage.
You know what? That was a better answer than I expected.
You're welcome.
Kobold.
After this, like right now, you're not getting cut into the paycheck on
Okay.
this one. But if you survive this whole thing, we're putting you on payroll.
I'll get paid. Wow.
Minimum wage. Like you're getting entry level position.
Oh, minimum
for the
wage. Wow. Thanks, Voss.
Stop calling.
Kobold.
Yes.
What's your name?
That's a great question.
Cobalt. We know his name. You just said it. It's Cobalt.
Yeah, sure. My name is, boss friend. My name is Cobalt. Cobalt. Call me Cole. All set, boss? And boss's friends?
That's great. Okay, we want to go through this door here.
Did someone check it for
I'm-
traps?
I'm
Sure.
calling not it on
Well, it's
whatever
actually
monsters through this.
the
for
second that
record.
monster died, you heard a click and it just opened up ever so slightly.
Du-du-du-du.
You want to go in?
I will push the door open with the tip of my dirk.
All right, you creak that door open. The walls and ceiling of this room are painted green, and you feel a bit of like maybe you've seen this before, but don't know how. So the walls and ceiling of this room are painted green. An emerald-colored carpet covers the floor. The room is empty of furniture. The scent of sandalwood, roses, and musk fills the room. A giant man stands in the center. His skin is pale green, and his hair long and shaggy, as are his beard, both a dark green, seemingly formed from moss. He holds a two-handed sword in front of him, hilt down with his hands resting on it. A normal sword is belted at his waist. He is dressed all in leather, also dyed green. And he just turns and looks to you. Are you here to end me?
Are you the Green Knight?
I am.
Well, I'm no Sir Gawain, so I think you're safe.
You may not pass unless you remove my head, and goes to offer you the hilt of this gigantic sword.
Before we do you in, would you mind telling us what's in the next room, which I assume is summer, and the room after that, which I assume is autumn?
The room behind me is black, black as night, dark as the souls of those who run this castle.
Oh, we have something in common. We hate the Ambers as well.
Yeah, why do we have to cut your head off? You seem fine. You're not like the weird lizard shit.
Yeah, we
This-
could just add you to this menagerie, honestly.
Yeah.
I cannot join you. I am bound to this. Should you wish to pass, you must end me.
We could put you in at the pay bracket above the kobold.
There are things past both your and my will. Things that must be. Things that are eternal.
Yeah,
I
things that
am
demand
such.
you pay back with interest. I'm fully aware.
Why?
Loans are eternal.
Why does this door need you to guard it?
I do not know. It is all of my purpose. And he kind of looks to the side for a second, seems a little confused. I was born to this door. I have no other purpose.
Can I do the old Dirksy surprise?
Just sort of like, just like grab the sword and plunge and just get a whole thing off on him.
Well, no. So Dirk has one, no proficiency in great swords.
Sure.
So that's not going to happen.
Right.
But two, Dirk has that thing that he does where he like, yeah, he has the reach, right? Like unexpected reach.
Totally.
So he like kind of starts to reach for the sword.
Yeah.
But like as he's doing that, the dirk is in his other hand, and that's just going straight for the throat.
Yeah. It makes no move to stop you. So I would say roll with advantage.
Okay, probably needed the advantage. 15?
Yeah, it strikes and it looks true. Like, you know, you're going to take this guy's jugular right out. This is solved. It's over. And the blade bounces off him as if he was solid stone. No damage whatsoever. He doesn't move. He doesn't flinch. He just turns to you. I can be harmed by no weapon but my own sword.
I turn to Shiv and I'm like, why does this keep happening to me here?
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, Dirksy.
This one's yours, Dirk. Same story. I'm gonna take basically the same stance as that guy, just maul, head down on the ground, just resting on it.
You want to take bets?
I mean, I'm not picking up the sword. I can't use the sword.
Right.
Like,
It's not
so
offering it to
absolutely.
just you. It's, you know, it is like any of you may take up my sword, but one must.
You can use the sword. Like, I'm not saying be good at it, but he wants his head chopped off. Lop his head off. It's fucking. You've swung a stick. It's a big stick. It's just sharp.
I'll do it. I got it.
You know
I got
what?
this, boss.
It's good knowing you, Cole.
All right.
Have at her.
All right. Couplet walks up, grabs the sword by both hands. The sword immediately drops to the ground. It looks up just in time for this thing to just crush it under one hand and just smash it to nothing. And then pick its sword back up. That challenge was not sufficient. No kobolds.
R.I.P. Well, I'm no good with a big sword like this. I mean, you know, I can try, but it's not going to go well.
How
All
dead was the kobold smashed? Because it had 12 temporary hit points.
Yeah, even with that, it's pretty dead. Yeah, it's pretty smashed. It only had 6 beyond that, so it didn't have a lot going for it.
Look. So none of you are wrong. Do I have to fucking kill everything here? Poof the maul out of existence.
Right?
Grab the sword.
Okay.
Off the ground. Just like, all right, look. Are you gonna fight me on this one?
Yes.
Is that how this is going?
Yes.
You sure?
As sure
the other guy was
as
like-
anything. He's very
You guys
focused
actually
on
gonna
you.
be useful this time, or
I mean,
Sounds like it can only be one sword, so
he didn't shy away from
Yeah.
the Gawain reference, so perhaps he won't be hurt for very long.
Are you prepared?
all right, let's do this shit.
Let's go. Initiative.
Yeah.
Beat a 15.
I did not.
Okay. The second you pull up the sword, a hand goes for your throat. I need you to beat a grapple. And I need you to beat a 12. I didn't roll very well.
Okay, that's 15 on the die, so
You're able to knock that hand away, and it is your turn.
just 2 swings of a big fucking sword.
Get him.
Okay, so one of those is a 13. The other
Okay.
one is in total a 24.
Okay, are you going for its neck?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the rules.
Yes,
I listened to
exactly.
the rules.
So the first one, you only really get it in the shoulder, right? The
Yeah.
second one, you cut into its neck. You don't quite cut deep enough, but you get a good gash in there. There's no blood coming from it whatsoever. And as the blade pulls out, you can see plant life inside it. It's like it's just all formed of plants. As you're doing that, though, Sergio runs up behind it and leaps onto its back and starts gnawing on its neck, because it's not gonna, you're its daddy. It's not gonna let you fight alone.
Surge, it's got to be the sword.
All right, he's like gnawing and gnawing, and nothing's happening whatsoever. But he's not stopping.
I appreciate your gusto.
Mm-hmm. All right, the thing is going to swing for you again.
Yep.
I assume a 19 is going to hit you.
It is. That
Okay.
is how that works.
It cracks you. Just right, like big, huge fist, just right in the side of the face. You take 12 points of damage, which I believe is all of your temporary HP.
Yep.
So
No,
you're
I don't
fine.
have any temporary HP.
Yep.
Well, now
Alright.
everyone has 13 more.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Excellent. So-
Hellish Rebuke.
right. Hellish Rebuke. Okay, go ahead and roll.
So that's a DC 14 Dex save for half.
Complete fail. I rolled a 3.
Okay, so that is fucking dice are stupid. Okay, 6, 20. 20 points fire damage.
Yeah, it is fully engulfed. Its beard has burned away, and where you cut it open, you can see, the vines and leaves inside are catching fire. Its eyes seem to explode into fire. It's not stopping.
Okay. I mean,
You're up.
I had to. Yeah. Can I treat Sergio as essentially helping?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Actually, I was gonna ask, is this
Oh.
sword big enough that I could like help you wield it and like help you swing it into him?
When Lockjaw picked it up, it kind of shifted size for him.
Okay.
Like it seems to have gotten smaller, so it does fit him perfectly.
Okay.
Imagine if Quaximum had taken it. It'd be a little sword.
It'd be adorable.
Yeah.
The Adorablade.
Okay. Yeah, you have disadvantage on your next roll. I'm sorry, but
That's fine. I'll take disadvantage on the next time I try to help Lockjaw.
all right. All right. What you got?
So one of those was a 17 out, everything said and done. The other one was a 25.
Both hit. Okay. And how much damage?
Let's see. So on the first one, that's going to be 13, and on the second, 7.
All right. So you hack into it once, and then describe how you take off its head.
It's going to be basically the first cut wasn't good enough, but it like bit in. So the momentum basically lets me drag it the rest of the way down to its knees, and then it's the good old like, I sentence you to death. Behead.
That's gonna do it. You just see as right before the head separates from the bodies, the eyes look at you, burning with fire, but still seem to soften as if it's thanking you. And the head falls from its body, and it just, as soon as it hits down, it's just leaves and roots and petals. That's all it is.
Okay, seriously this time. The next room is not my fucking problem.
And you hear
Foxy,
a
you're
click to
doing
that
great.
door.
God,
When you find a room that requires the careful application of daggers, knives, and blades, we're here to help.
Per our contract.
I'm gonna throw on the detect magic. Is this sword special, or was that magic on
The sword
the
also,
dude?
as you, it just begins to unwind in your hand into leaves and vines and petals.
Well, that was a ripoff. Fucking fistful of leaves. Fucking didn't even get it. All right, fine.
There
Push
is
the door open.
there is a click, and the next room is open if you wish to step inside.
I stick my head in.
Okay. You look in, and there is no door to this room. This appears to be the last room in this line. And a blood red carpet covers the floor. The walls and ceiling have been painted scarlet. The incense of sulfur and something I cannot say fills the room. Euphorbium. That can't be right. The furniture in the room has been lacquered red. A large man stands in the center of the room. The man has scarlet skin and yellow hair. He wears reddish gold armor, and his shield shines like the sun. You have come and made it this far. Congratulations.
The forest man lied about what was in this room.
What did the forest man say was going to be in this room?
Dark as night.
Yeah, Dark as Night.
I made a mistake and jumped rooms again. I am so sorry. Excuse me. God damn, I'm doing bad today. I really apologize, guys. So forget all that. And ebony paint covers the walls and ceiling of this room. A sable carpet covers the floor. The scent of hellbane and, again, Federa root fills the room.
Oh, if you don't know what Asphodera root smells like,
I know.
You haven't lived.
Right? Who am I? Right?
Yeah.
All the furniture in the room is lacquered black, and the room appears to be empty, except for a door on the east wall, which could lead anywhere.
Is there any light in here at all?
Yes, there are candles that burn with a black flame, but it does fill the room with like an eerie light, like the same kind of light you'd get from a black light.
I will enter in carefully and stealthily, looking for any signs of danger.
Yeah, it's weird because your stealth is really tricky. You glow, right? All of your white bits, your teeth and everything else just glow, but you're able to stealth in and nothing seems to happen.
Is there a door on the far side of the room?
There is.
Then I will go push that door open.
As you go to push it, it unlocks and opens up. And in this room is something you've never seen before. There's a blood red carpet that covers the floor. The walls are painted scarlet. How strange. There's an incense of sulfur and something I still can't say. And the furniture of the room has been lacquered red. A large man stands in the center of the room who's you've never seen and has never seen you. He has scarlet skin and yellow hair, wears reddish gold armor, and his shield shines like the sun. You have to put up a hand as soon as you see him, but he turns and you have made it this far. I am impressed. Congratulations.
That was mostly me, if we're being honest.
And the third room seemed easy.
Your knight back there told the truth.
He never lies. Nor has he ever failed. You are the first to enter. Congratulations.
What's our prize?
What do you wish to know?
Who are you?
I am a brother of the sun. I found my way here many eons ago, and found myself bound very quickly to Claude Amber.
Dirk will turn to Quaximum and be like, "You remember who that guy is?"
The librarian?
Flumps. Or not flumps. Definitely not flumps. No one said flumps.
We had been led to believe that Claude was looking for a way to escape. Why would he bind you?
I believe for his own... He is a strange one, wishes to save everyone he comes across. Prayed with me, offered me safety in this strange land. And so I offered my services in return.
Which are?
Apparently just to guard this room and wait for those who would come in. I have no other instructions. And gestures to this bubbling pot next to him, right? That smells very oddly, like almost like mercury. And says, if you wish to claim my treasure, it is yours. If you peek in, it's a pot of boiling gold.
What do you... You're guarding it, but you're just giving it to us?
I had no instructions to fight. I was told if I witnessed those who seemed cruel to deal with them, but otherwise to simply give you this message. God forgives and accepts all.
Which god?
The God. Therefore there is only one.
If you say Amber, so help me.
The God does not need a name. Names are small.
Perchance Maglubiet.
Looks at you oddly. That is a name of power. Much no. That is not God's name, for I do not know it. No tongue could speak it.
So are you just going to hang out in this room? Because we just lost a kobold and we could use a replacement.
I cannot leave. And
Would you like to become a princess?
Thanks for a moment. Perhaps in another life. But mine is now bound here.
So this pot, is it like kept over heat or does it seem like magic pot?
It's definitely a magic pot that's keeping it boiling.
Okay. So how magic do I think this magic pot that melts gold things is?
Pretty magic. I mean, it's got to get to a pretty high heat to turn gold into basically soup. So
on a scale of 1 to that magic crown, how magic do I think this pot is?
Definitely less magic than the crown. Perhaps half as much magic coming from the crown. But If you're wondering if you could melt a gold crown in it, possibly.
Would you say that this has like kind of a greenish magical aura, or maybe a bluish or a purplish magical aura?
Do those relate to? Oh, are you talking about like how they relate
Rarity.
to rarity? I would say that it's got. I would say it's got a bluish magical aura. Yeah, yeah.
And the crown is like a purple, or
The
maybe
crown's
even, like, kind of
definitely
an
a purple,
amber?
maybe even an
Okay.
amber. Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
I could use this pot to make soup.
very, very hot soup.
Imagine what the goblins would think of this pot.
Ah,
Save so much time.
Darren's instant pot.
When if you boil your make a terrible fucking soup.
It would be
Simmer your soups.
yeah,
Don't.
no instant soup. No matter what ingredients you put in is going to be good.
Look, I'm not the mad wizard Darren. I didn't make instant fortresses and instant pots, okay?
Do we want to just like dump the gold out? Let it like we got like a mold or something? Because I feel like putting that in the bag of holding is a bad call.
It would be unfriendly to everything else in the bag of holding, I would imagine. But it would work. I mean, you could pour it into the bag of holding.
I guess we'll pour out this hot pot. I don't know what do you do with a pot that will never cool down? Like,
I don't
you
know.
Can't move it.
It's
right?
very I mean, the heat radiates from it, so you can imagine the surface
Yeah.
of it is also incredibly hot.
So the surface of the pot is in fact warm. It's not like the magic is contained inside of it.
Does not
Okay.
appear to be.
I mean,
Well, I mean, we should just get the gold bits.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, is it so hot that I can't like touch it with gloves?
I mean, it feels, even with gloves on, it feels hot just reaching for it. And Sergio kind of sees you pull back and like right all over it, and it just instantly melts.
Okay, so the melting point of gold, just for reference, is about 1,050 degrees.
It's pretty hot.
Oh, sorry, 1,900 degrees in your
Yeah,
silly numbers.
okay.
Could you put that in the standard empirical system?
Yeah, 1900 degrees is rather
1,900
warm.
degrees in goofity, not real numbers.
That's hot soup.
It's very hot soup.
I wouldn't even
Did the
boil
guy
the
in here
water.
give
I'd
us his
just-
name?
He did not. He just said he was a brother of the sun.
A brother of the sun.
Yes.
How do you recommend we get our prize home with us?
Be unaffected by fire?
All right. Okay.
Okay, that's fucking useless.
Are you
What?
unaffected
Hold
by
up,
fire?
hold
And he
up.
dips a hand directly into the gold and lets it run between his fingers as it pours back down into the pot.
Oh, Palor.
And just, this name means nothing to me.
Oh, darn.
I'm jogging back like 2 rooms to get like the corpse of the.
Okay.
I got an idea.
It's gonna drag the corpse of the was it ice lizard, whatever. Gonna drag
Yeah,
the corpse of that thing back into this room. All right. And Sergio bounds out with you and grabs the leg and is like dragging it with you. You drag this corpse into the room. The brother of the sun looks at it oddly, but takes no other action.
Right. Okay, hold on. The blood looked like. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna try to like just. Dump.
Just like
The thing.
wring some blood out onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like see if
it. I would like you to make a dexterity save.
that's an 11.
Yeah, the second that blood hits the gold inside, it explodes. It just like if you threw water into bacon grease, right? It explodes. And I need everyone in the room now to make a dexterity save. You failed, Lockjaw.
Yeah, I figured.
Your little buddy makes it though. Sergio did okay.
14 for Dirk.
Okay, that's a fail.
Great.
And a 12 for Shiv.
That's a fail.
4.
All of you get splattered with molten gold and take 22 points of damage.
Oh god.
So
And-
Ishan, was our temporary HP
It was 13.
13.
13?
Okay. down
Yes,
to
your
9.
most formidable opponent yet.
It's been a cauldron.
Pot of gold we could have just walked out of.
It's been an inanimate object that's done the most damage to you so far.
Okay, but hear me out. Its blood looked like coolant. I figured magic cold blood, magic hot gold.
Sure.
Maybe we can hit not magic, room temperature shit.
Well, I can see why you might have thought that, but also you put super cold stuff into super hot stuff, and that's never a good thing.
Whatever.
Physics
Maybe
major.
Law.
Perhaps it's
No.
time to.
I'm a physics major.
Right.
Lockjaw is a lawyer.
Way to stay in character. Well done. You guys want to leave? There's no other. There's just windows, and that's just covered with the fog. Apparently, the only way is to go back through the rooms and into the main throne room.
I mean,
So-
we should take the gold.
Ow.
We should-
we should
we've
collect the
got
gold that's
nothing.
already been splashed on us.
Okay, fair.
That's free.
Fair. Are you able to once it cools down, are able to get these clumps of gold right out of you, and then
As
wait.
it hits us, the like counter on the thing appears. And
Yes,
shows up.
exactly. And you're like, "Rrr." So each you get about 100 gold from the splatters that have hit you.
One
We
whole
did this for
platinum.
100 fucking gold. Are you fucking kidding me?
There's furniture in this
This
room.
room
Right?
is
Oh, yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
Stupid.
Great. Okay, let's just open some furniture.
Open some furniture.
There's like a dresser.
Sure.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a dresser drawer,
Okay.
put it on the ground in front of the molten pot. Lockjaw uses mage hand, tips the thing over, all the gold pours into the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
The drawer sets on
Instantly
fire.
catch on fire. Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
1200 degrees.
Yes. And
900
breaks down
which is
within
fine.
seconds, and then the
That's
gold
right.
pours everywhere.
And the drawer burns away,
Mhm.
and then we wait until the gold cools.
Okay, but it'll burn. Okay, so you do this, and as you're doing this, it burns through the walls immediately and then begins to fill the room. So you're backing up towards the edges as it begins to
mage
spread
hand it.
out, right?
Mage hand.
Okay, it's more than
Just
5
swoop it
pounds.
with mage hand.
Gold is
Okay,
very
if we
heavy,
Poured a bucket of water.
right? As
on
you,
the floor.
so as it's
Just-
spreading
oh, wait,
towards
no,
you,
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Tell Sergio to breathe on it.
already on it. Sergio's like wings out and he's like constantly breathing as much until there's nothing left and just coughs and backs up against the wall and looks exhausted. But there is a pool of not quite so hot gold now on the floor.
We made golden pahoihoi.
Don't eat
Can I
it.
roll up the gold foil?
Well, as soon as it cools and it becomes something you can handle, the amount just gets attached to the rest of your total. So the rest of the 5,000 gold goes into your total. And the gold vanishes.
Now the pot.
The pot is still very warm.
This was stupid.
So the pot has a handle.
It does have a
Yeah.
handle. The handle
handle
is
also
not super
extraordinarily
hot.
hot?
No,
It's not.
but it's big, so you'd have to hold it like out in front of you at all times not to touch it. And it's too big to go in the bag.
How heavy is the pot?
About 20 pounds.
I carry it overhead like a kettlebell, apparently.
What feat does Quaximum have to take to be proficient in improvised weapons?
Tavern brawler.
Yeah, yeah.
You should take Tavern Brawler and just use this as
Like
a
with the pot.
blunt implement.
I don't hate
Plus
this
2d6
idea.
fire damage.
Are you taking it?
We're not. How?
I don't know.
I'm done. I'm done. This room is stupid. I don't like you. I don't like this place.
Did you
Just
say it
wanna
to the
go
sun
home.
god? He just kind of shrugs. All right.
Yeah, brother of the sun.
Yes.
Bye.
Travel safely, my friends.
Keep on keeping on.
I shall. And goes back to just like kind of staring into nothing. Head back out.
Yep.
All right. So I imagine you guys are going to wind back through the rooms and go into the main hall. Okay. Let's take a quick break then. And then we got about half an hour left and we'll wrap up. All right.
Cool. Sounds good.
Excellent. See you all in 10 minutes. And welcome back to Castle Amber. I was asked if this was my version of the fog in another game I'm on. This is much deadlier, but yeah, basically that. So you guys had made your way back from from trying to get this gold, which has proven to be your most deadly adversary, and back into the main throne room. And the only two rooms out of this are the one you came through from the forest and the one to the east, which are the large double doors.
So I think we decided that we're going to take a long rest.
Yes, you can do that. This is a very comfortable room. There's lots of very comfortable things to lay on.
What about the sunroom?
You could take a long rest in the sunroom as well. A little awkward.
One that smells like cedar and saffron.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, it's a little awkward. There's not quite as much furniture. The sun god's, not the sun god, sorry, the brother of the sun is just kind of there. Just like, all right, I guess this is fine.
Oh,
Well, protect us.
Yeah, be well. If you wish to
Quaxum
sleep.
spends the entire rest when he's not sleeping
Yeah.
naming different gods. All Forgotten
Yep.
Realms gods.
No, that doesn't mean anything to me. No, I'm sorry. No. Oh, wait, no, actually, no, that was just.
Myliki? Gond?
Gone, wait, gone. No, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry, no.
Mistra.
Yahweh.
Mistra. Oh, no.
Is that a water one?
Mistril.
Ooh,
Midnight.
no, I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry.
Mistrom. I don't know how many other names she had.
No, I wish I could say yes to all of these. I would love to understand your lands and your world, but no, I apologize. None of these mean anything to me.
Guys, shut up. Supposed to be quiet on watch. I'm trying to fucking sleep.
If Claude dies, will you be free?
That's a good question. I am bound to him only by word. So yes, should he die, I hope he does not, I would be free.
Ah, well. Perhaps an experiment is in order.
But still trapped here. And unprotected.
Then you should come with us.
I cannot leave. I am bound to this room.
Ah, but when Claude dies, then we shall come for you and you shall come with us.
I shall need new protectors. If that is the case, I shall come with you.
Wonderful.
Tours, protectees.
Whatever you wish.
Column A, column B.
While we are resting,
Yes.
Quaximum uses tools of the trade to magically create a set of smith's tools,
All right. Sure.
which of course include large tongs,
Naturally.
which he uses to lift the pot and take it with him.
So you're really gonna... Okay, sure. Yes, absolutely. In fact, you're able to create tongs that have a little notch in them that just perfectly holds the handle. So when they close down, it's like holds it in the middle so it doesn't sway back and forth as much. Yeah, sure. No problem. Done. And you've got this, it's incredibly warm. Like even if you move it at like 10 feet, right, it is very warm.
Great.
And you all have a nice rest. And it passes from night to day. You can see just out of the window where, light is filtering through this sickeningly green fog. And it's now probably morning. Night and day really haven't felt like much since you've been in here.
Hey, Aram, I think we might be in the wrong locations because Zoom moved around.
Oh, are you guys in the wrong? You guys are. Shit. Okay, hang on. Let me move you all around 1 second.
No, we should just play each other's characters. This is fine.
Done. I'm grumpy and I stab it. Yeah, whoops, I missed.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hang
I'm a
on.
Bugbear Rouge assassin.
Put you all.
Ooh, I do
Did I
not
misspell
know
it? Have I had it misspelled the whole time? Oh, I'm such a dick. Oh no. Oh, that's the worst.
Looking at the stream, I
I'm
just trust that everything will
pretty
be
up.
fine.
What is wrong with Barrett?
I
Hang
do
on.
not know how to play an artificer, so
I'm gonna move. I didn't even. And not even
Just
an
make
artificer.
make everything up.
And you know what? Shiv was fine. I should just left Shiv. All right,
Wait,
there.
Sally doesn't go there.
Sally's. Oh no, right.
got
Sally's
us
Dirk.
backwards.
Hang
Too
on.
many
Wait.
bugbears.
Wait a minute. You're twins. It's so hard to tell you apart.
happens all the time.
Okay. And lockdown. There you are.
And I stayed in the same place because I'm a pro.
No argument.
Wait, someone
here.
wanted to know
No disagreement here.
where Shane's man bun went. Shane never had a
Yeah,
man
how'd you get a
bun.
haircut?
Oh, I showered. So I didn't
That's
need
all
it
it
today.
was. It was a shower.
Yeah.
And the shower took away the beard as well. It's a magical
well, I
shower.
shaved today as well, yeah. But when I shower, I don't need the man bun to keep everything organized.
Right.
Tomorrow, I'll be back in a man bun.
Did I not even recognize you had a man bun?
I don't usually need it as much. If I didn't have it earlier in the day, like I
Right.
can keep my hair back with just the headphones.
How long is your hair?
I mean, I guess I could do this for you.
Yeah. Let's see it. Oh, wow, yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Very long. Ooh, keep
Damn.
the devil lock. Keep the devil lock.
I like it.
I
Nice.
mean, same.
Pretty bad.
All right, so you all wake up. You took watches. You were all very careful, but nothing happened at all. It was as if you were just in a house alone for the whole time.
Wonderful.
Where do you
All
wish
right,
to
door
go?
to the east.
All right, so you all go back into the main room, and there are those two large double doors to the east. You wish to go in.
Yeah.
Excellent. They open. The hallway opens. The carpet continues, and it continues off to the east and then turns straight south. There's a large set of double doors at the very corner to the north, and there's another small door to the south at about the middle of this hallway. Thank you for that,
Right-hand
Frollo.
rule.
Right-hand rule. So you're going to go to the small door, I take it, right? Okay. Excellent. So you head to the small door. The door is unlocked and opens rather easily. The walls are lined with shelves that are filled with books and scrolls. There's someone sitting in a leather-covered chair in the center of the room reading a book. Though the individual has the body of a human, his head is that of a large collie dog. Around his neck is a small amber whistle.
We're not in a library, right?
You're definitely in a library.
Oh, we are. Okay. Claude.
And the dog's Claude's head kind of turns to the side and looks up, right? Oh, hello, and closes the book and places it down. Welcome. Please come in.
Are these bookshelves surrounding him?
Yes,
Or-
books
can you get
everywhere,
them
filled with books. Clearly a library.
So as we kind of come in, Dirk will sort of like idly look at one of the books on one of the shelves in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And then as the conversation starts, kind of dip around the corner.
If you wish to peruse, there is a deposit.
Yeah, no, I'm not listening to him. I'm hiding from it.
Okay, excellent. As you go around the corner and like reach for a book, there like a field of energy flares, and you can't get through it. It doesn't harm you, but you can't touch anything on the shelves.
Great. Don't need a book. Don't read books. Just want to be hidden.
All right, excellent. So you are now hidden. May I help you with anything? Guests, I take it.
That's being generous with the whole situation.
Well,
You seem to fully misunderstand how your house works.
that is fair. You are new to the house, shall we say?
That's a little more accurate. So are you going to try to kill us? Because we've had a lot of problems with that. There was a lizard. There's a dude who
No.
wanted his head cut off.
Oh no! You must. I
There's the
understand.
asshole on the goat or
Yes.
whatever it
No.
was.
My family is problematic. I understand. I have done my best with them. I try to teach them. I try to lead them towards the light and towards the one true God. But they do not listen. Some of them, perhaps, maybe with another 1,000 years, I may be able to break
Did
through.
he just say the one true God?
Yes.
Do you mean God?
That name rings a bell, but no, I do not
My
know.
leaky?
Unfortunately, go through the whole
Halo?
list and
can
like
we-
every single and like very, very politely, like thinks and considers like I believe I may have read about them, but no, I'm sorry, no.
You sound like you're intolerable at Thanksgiving. So, speaking of your family,
Thanks.
fucking,
Giving.
Chuck wanted a book. And
Charles.
we would like Chuck to have that book because we want to leave because your house is a hellscape.
Charles lies. Whatever he wants is for his own good and not for you. But you say you wish to escape?
Very much so.
If you wish to escape, the knowledge will be within this library. I've been searching for it for myself, but I forget things and I get confused where I am. And you look at his notes and like the notes are literally like, your name is Clamper. You know what I mean? Like it's like memento laid out before you, right?
Yeah.
All the notes are like, remember this, wake up and know this, and is trying, but clearly is very confused.
I prefer to think of it as a 51st dates.
Yes, correct. It's 51st dates. Yes, exactly. If you wish to
Is it
peruse the
because you have a-
library. Sorry,
Is it because you have a dog's head?
I have a what?
A dog's head. You know, my cousin one time had a hair brain. He also had trouble keeping his nose straight.
No, I do not what you mean. A dog's head. Is this slang from where you're from?
I'm gonna start going through my bag and see if I have like a mirror
Thank you for
or
that
something
follow.
somewhere.
Yeah, sure. You have a mirror. Absolutely. Yeah.
Pull it out. Just,
Oh, a dog's head. Oh.
yeah.
And like sits down and begins to to contemplate their very existence, right? I don't know when did this, and
Oh, here. Can I borrow that quill for a second? I'm gonna go over to one of his pages of notes.
sure, go, yes, yeah, of
Your
course.
face is a dog face right now.
Oh, that's quite helpful. Yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
And
you're
hands
gonna
the mirror
want to
back.
fix that because
Yeah.
that's weird.
Oh, it's odd. Is this odd where you're from? Do people not have faces of dogs?
You seem surprised about it. Normally, like if I had a dog face,
I would
I would be
know.
aware of it.
Yes, so I didn't always have a dog. Oh, writes down a note. Didn't always have dog face. Underline, underline. Thank you. Now, if you wish to peruse the library, there is a fee.
How much?
5,000 gold. Just in case you find anything of value. It'll be returned to you upon your exit. Assuming you don't find anything of value.
is that per?
No. It's a group fee. More reasonable.
Okay, do we want to take, let's say, a day, paw through the library, see if we find anything useful?
Oh yes. I mean, Quaxon was just gonna like throw down like a giant lump of molten gold.
Little screen. Yep, absolutely. Oh, I suppose this will do. Yes, please have a look. And all those shimmering walls, like just kind of like in order from north to south, the whole wall shimmers and vanishes, and all the bookshelves are now open for your perusal.
Quaxon turns to the bugbears and is like, "Read first, stab later."
I didn't like his comment about dog faces.
You
That
don't
felt
have a
like it
dog
was
face.
targeted.
You do not have a dog face.
You've got a
I'm
bug
aware.
You
face.
do not have a bear face nor a bug face.
That old
Uh,
chestnut.
The book studying isn't really my my department. Is there something I should be looking for? You want me to maybe give me one of the ones with pictures in it?
I mean, if you can find one with pictures in it, yeah, that'd be good.
Well, what am I looking for here?
I start taking books off the shelves and shaking them to try to get the pictures out. Like this, smartass.
Okay. I would actually, as you do
This
that,
was a bad
as you
hire.
shake that book, that very first book you found, right? A parchment falls out of it that's clearly different from the other pages and falls to the ground at your feet.
Hey, better lucky than good. I will pick it
maybe-
up and read it.
Okay, you read it, and it says, "Woof woof bark," and I need you to make a wisdom save, DC 15.
Sweet. Uh, 13.
You are now a dog. What kind of dog would you like to be?
What would Dirk be? Dirk would be like a mastiff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you are now a mastiff.
Like I'm polymorphed into a
You are
mastiff.
polymorphed into a mastiff, correct?
Lucky than good, huh?
Shiv shrieks.
Do I have the intelligence? Do I have my
You
personality?
are
Do I have the
you,
intelligence?
but you can't speak.
It's a polymorph.
Yeah. So you're
Physical
you, but you
stats.
can't form words or language. Yeah. You can understand, but you can't. You just talking like.
But I have my personality, not the personality of a dog.
Correct. Your personality.
With the personality of a dog.
Okay.
Sergio's very excited. Appeared like looks like he's got a new playmate. It's kind of like bouncing around you, trying to sniff your butt. You know.
Don't do that. You are a sentient creature. You are better than that.
I growl at it in a way that suggests I might rip its throat out.
It gets that message and slinks back towards Lockjaw. Yeah.
We do not sniff asses.
Loxy, enough. Undo this. Bring back Dirk.
I didn't do that. Why would I
Oh,
do
I
that?
know, but
He's
you
not
have the-
useful as a dog.
Well, but you do the magic.
What magic have you seen me do aside from set stuff on fire? I don't dog.
I start rifling through my bag.
Yeah.
To pull out a deck of playing cards.
Okay.
And recreate a classic image of our culture. Of dogs playing poker.
Yes, you're now seated at one of the tables, and you're barely able to contain a grin, right? Because you know exactly what you're doing. Yes, take advantage. You have advantage now. Well done. Inspiration. I'm sorry.
Next roll of
Yes, it does. Your next roll is completely normal now.
All right. So
You got anything, Quacks, or are we just
Well,
dealing with the dog thing for now?
read more carefully, everyone.
Shake the books. It seems like the books get angry.
Let me know if this makes sense.
Sure.
So if Quaxum makes an investigation check to start pouring through tomes,
Sure.
will that also encapsulate trying not to read dangerous things?
Yes, I would say now that you have some sort of warning, yes, you can be more careful. You can look at pictures and maybe, catch a few words and okay, this might be interesting and place it to the side, right? You could definitely do that. I imagine the rest of you are doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
Except maybe Shiv, who was very concerned about their dog brother.
Shiv's concerned about Dirk and also is pretty scared of
Yeah.
the same thing happening. So
Yeah.
I think I'm pretending to look through the books, but I'm totally not.
Hey, but you're not. You're just look at the cover and just turning it backwards and putting it back. Yeah,
Nothing in
not
this
that one. No, not that one.
Nope, mm-mm.
All right,
How
I'd
many
like.
books do you get through before you
thinking about what kind of
scritch?
dog he would like to be.
Ooh, perhaps a poodle.
So Dirk is going
dog or a
through.
small dog?
Dirk,
Okay, so investigation is 22.
Okay, excellent. Wait, what's Dirk doing real fast?
Okay, so Dirk is going through the deck of cards,
Right.
and
Mhm.
pulls out the Jack of Clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and then runs up to, or I mean, not runs, but
Yeah.
sidles up to Shiv and pulls on his hem, which actually doesn't have it kind of pulls on his pack,
Yeah.
right, to get his attention.
Yeah.
And then puts the card on the ground and starts pointing at it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
First at a part of it that's black, and then at the Jack.
Okay.
And nuzzling him to start dealing blackjack for us, the game that he can play without opposable thumbs.
Dirk, see, now's not really the time for our classic 5-card stud scheme, but I like your moxie, so I'll deal you in.
Okay, so you're literally a dog playing poker off at the corner, or
Well, blackjack,
dog playing
but-
blackjack. Yeah, close enough. I'll give it to you. All right, so you two are playing cards. Quaxum, you rolled a 21, correct?
22.
22.
investigation.
Pardon me. And Lockjaw, are you looking for books as well?
Yeah,
I would like you to roll for investigation too.
as a natural one.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, so Quaxum, you find a scroll, and as you unroll it, there's magical energy in it. The words are dripping in magical energy, and as you carefully read the front line and the back line, you piece together that this is a scroll of resurrection.
That's it.
Perhaps hold on to this, or maybe we could bring back the forest man,
Possible.
or
However
one
you
of
wish.
the kobolds.
Can you imagine a worse waste of a resurrection scroll than to bring back some random kobold?
Fuck you.
Right, he
Cole's
had a
probably
name.
got at least one level of ranger. That level.
You named one. That was your mistake.
Yeah, that was a problem. All right. And Lockjaw, with your one, you pull out a scroll and receive a pretty nasty paper cut. It just cuts right into your finger. And it already looks infected.
Fuck.
Ruh-roh.
Yes.
Is there
However,
anything useful on the scroll?
yeah, your blood seems to absorb into it. And what was a blank piece of paper, words begin to appear upon it. And it's the handout that I gave each of you. It says, "To those who would be free, the secret that will break the curse surrounding Castle Amber and lift the gray mist is engraved on the inside lid of Stephen Amber's casket. To summon Prince Stephen's tomb from beyond space and time, 4 magical items are needed. The 4 items: the enchanted sword of Solare, the viper-circled mirror, the ring of Ebion, and a potion of time travel. All can be found within Avorni, our ancestral homeland. Touch the ring to the viper's tail, anoint the sword with the potion, shatter the mirror with the sword, and Prince Amber's tomb will appear. Search first for the Gate of the Silver Keys. And then below it, there's some handwritten notes scrawled into the paper.
It's good you picked up, Justin.
Sorry, I'm trying to blow up this PDF so I can read it.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
The Enchanted Sword, Sephora, Malachi, Paragon, the Ring of... How did you pronounce that?
The Ring of Ebion. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Ebion. Or Ebon, I suppose, is more correct.
Is Luc Le Chandronnier.
Oh, your accent is so much better than mine.
The Enchanted Sword has a different name than Justin.
It does have a different name than Justin, yes. Or at least it's maybe somewhere that's not named Justin. Yeah.
Or the Enchanted Sword of Silver is the title, and that's Justin is Justin's name.
Correct.
Yeah, fair.
Yes.
Fair.
The Viper Circled Mirror, Gaspard du Nord. That's called Fionnet.
I'm going to accept all those as
And-
correct.
Le Ibo. I can't. Zenes? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
X-I-N-E?
Yeah.
Mm.
X-I-N-E-S, Z-I-S. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potion of Time Travel Mirror. Azadorak Jehan. I'm a dog. Orianus?
You have a very furrowed brow, and your head is quite cocked as you're looking at this piece of paper.
Quaximum is very smart. What potentially could he do to try to understand any of this?
Well, I mean, it's all seems very odd. These are all names you've never heard, items you've never heard. As
Are
you're
any
doing
of these names in the history of Castle Amber?
Yes, they're okay. So that's true. You have the history of Castle Amber. The castle came from a different land, a land similar to yours, but different, from a different world, a different time, perhaps even a different dimension.
But doesn't the castle never go back there?
The castle's never gone back there, correct?
But
It
the
is-
tomb is there, right?
The tomb is there, correct? And by finding these items, apparently you can summon it forth.
So we can find the items here in the castle.
Yes. Well, yes, you can find it apparently here in the castle, but all of these names, all of these places are in where Castle Amber came from, in Avorni, where the lands that they used to exist in. So that's a little confusing.
Interesting.
So all the names that were like
All those
Sephora,
names.
Malachi,
Yep.
Luc
All
Le
places
Chandronnier.
in Avorni.
So then maybe it's allegory or...
Hey, Shiv,
What do you got, Lexi?
ask Justin if he knows anything about Silver.
Okay.
If that means anything to him.
I'll unsheath Justin.
Hi. A library. Jesus. Take me somewhere fun. Take me to a club. Mix me a drink.
We got something
You got any
real
GHB?
exciting. We got something real exciting coming up, Justin. But
Yeah.
before we get to that, let me know, does the name... What am I asking again, Lexi?
Silver.
Does the name Silver mean anything to you?
I've heard it. It's not from where I'm from, but I think it's where this place is. I feel tied to a bunch of strange shit all of a sudden. Like, I hate it here so much. But yes, I think it's familiar. Yeah, I guess.
Familiar? Any other names or places come to mind when you think about that?
There's something about a mirror. I just want to smash it.
A mirror. Okay, I'm gonna repeat what Justin's saying.
Sure.
To the
Yeah.
group.
Most of it doesn't ring. It just kind of confuses Justin, right? But like, whenever like he can see that mirror like that and he can see the snake around it. It's like, yeah, I need to smash that. I really need to smash that.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, we're gonna
Oh.
arrange that, buddy.
One down. I like that.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh,
got
yeah.
one. Exactly.
Okay,
Are-
we need a ring, we need a mirror, we need a potion. We need a way to make Dirk not a dog.
Mm.
And I'm going to scratch Dirk on the head.
I snap at your fingers. Are there like map cases in this room? Is
Oh,
it that
sure.
kind of library?
Absolutely.
I start like nosing through the map cases, looking for anything that would be of Averny.
Excellent. And you know what? You find one. You do find a map of Averny.
So I kind of pull out the map case and like bark at somebody to look at that, and then I keep looking through the map cases to see if there's any map of the castle itself.
Sure. None that you can find. But you do find the map. You actually won't screw it. Yes, there is a map of the castle. It's just kind of laid out like the blueprints of it. Like nothing's
Does it have
named.
numbers in
But
each
yeah,
of the rooms?
it doesn't have numbers in each of the rooms, but you know what? Screw it. Yes, it does. It's got numbers in each of the rooms that matches up perfectly with everything you found. Why the hell not? Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
So I will I assume somebody's going to lay out the other map. I'll lay that one out.
Yes.
And then I start looking at it, trying to see if there is like a correlation between
are a
the
couple.
locations.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
There are some, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop this into Twitter for all of you. So you have
I'm a
it.
dog, but I'm wise as shit.
You are a smart fucking dog. That's right.
Animals have decent wisdom.
That's right.
That's how she be.
All right, so I'm just going to drop this in for all of you. And there you go. There you go. Will it go? Yes, there you go.
There you go.
There's your map. So that is a map, apparently, of their homeland. This is going to be great for the podcast listeners.
Listeners, we are all pausing to thoughtfully regard a map.
Yep. You're all looking at a map.
Ishin holding the map up to the
Fact.
camera will not help with the podcast listeners.
If you picture in your head a map with things on it that indicate where things are located geographically, you'll get the idea. of
Oh,
where-
that
A lot
map.
of pins in it. It looks like someone has been to a lot of places.
All right. Actually, we are way over for today, so I think that's a perfect place for us to wrap up. We've got the map, and we can continue on and hopefully wrap up Castle Amber with our next episode. Thank you all for joining me, and let's go around the horn and say who we are and what we do. Let's start with Shiv.
I am Sally. I am on Twitter at Sally T, and I'm the co-host of an advice show called The Struggle Bus.
Excellent. Thank you. And Dirk.
I'm Shane. You can find me on Twitter at Mundangerous. That's MUN Dangerous. And you can also find me on Total Party Thrill on iTunes or Google Play.
Excellent. Quaximum.
I'm Ishin. You can find me on Twitter at Evil Sans Carne, Malice Minus Meat, and you can find Total Party Thrill at TPTcast.
And last but not least, Lockjaw.
I am Dylan. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Malenfant, and I do nothing of note. Literally nothing, because we're under quarantine and I just don't leave my apartment anymore. The world is a hellscape. But a friend of mine, Mickey, is on Twitch at twitch.com/xwater. So watch him play video games. He's a lovely person. If you happen to be watching him do something, then tell him Dylan says hi, because I miss Mickey. He's a lovely guy.
Oh, that's sweet. Excellent. And my name is Aram. You can find me on Twitter at Vartian. And I run two other games, Godsfall and Rise of the Demigods, which you can find on Twitch and YouTube and iTunes and Spotify and pretty much everywhere. And we'll be back next week to hopefully wrap this whole mess up. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you then.
Bye-bye.